Good morning, students. Today we are going for the next topic. Already in the last class we discussed regarding the transport phenomena. In that we have three cases. The first one, here we are discussing viscosity of gases. What is viscosity? Viscosity of gases. See how the viscosity phenomena will arise due to the transfer of momentum. Okay, simple transfer of momentum will give rise the viscosity here, right? So in this viscosity of gases, we are going to find the coefficient of viscosity eta value. Coefficient of viscosity eta. What is the definition of coefficient of viscosity? Simply, it is the ratio of viscous force or tangential force per unit area per unit velocity gradient. du by dy is gradient, change in velocity. Gradient is nothing but what? Change. Isn't it? Already we learned in the first semester. Du by dy is the velocity gradient. So what is viscosity? Eta is equal to tangential force per change in velocity or tangential force per unit area per unit velocity gradient. Okay. Now here what is viscous force? Here what is tangential force? For that purpose we are taking here one example. This viscosity of gases will be explained on the concept of mean free path. What is mean free path? It is the average distance travelled by the molecule in two successive collisions. Already we discussed in the postulates of kinetic theory of gases. Average distance travelled by the molecules during two successive collisions. When the two molecules are collide, they will travel some distance. Okay, that distance is what? Mean free path. Okay, so according to the concept of mean free path, we are giving the viscosity of gases. Here coefficient of viscosity eta is f by du by dy. D here u is nothing but what? Velocity. Du by dy is what? Change, gradient. Okay, so that will be explained in this concept here. Okay, so here we are taking gas. Gas is the gas layers are moving on x-axis. Okay, here we are taking a diagram here OX. Okay, OX is the x-axis. On this axis, the gas layers are moving. Okay, the gas. See, due to the gas which is not in the equilibrium position, the gas is not in equilibrium position. Hence, what happens? The different parts of the gas will have different velocities. Okay, different parts of the gas will have different velocities. The transfer of momentum from higher velocity layers to the lower velocity layers is nothing but what? Viscosity principle. Nothing but what? The transfer of momentum from higher velocity layers to lower velocity layers. Okay, this will give rise to the phenomenon of viscosity. Okay, so here in this diagram, the gas layers are moving on x-axis. The layer which is in contact with the axis is the moving with velocity 0. Okay, let us consider an example of river. Okay, the river is flowing. Okay, the bottom layer of the river will be in contact with the ground. Okay, that layer is not moving, which is at rest. Gradually, when we move upwards, the velocity of layers will be increases. Okay. Now we are considering one such a layer here, that is AB, which is at a distance of y. We are considering one layer here. In this here we are taking gas which is moving on x-axis. Okay, gas layers, different velocities. Okay, let us consider one such a layer. Okay, which is above the OX axis at a distance of y. Okay, this is AB layer, right? Now we are considering two other layers. One is above this AB layer, other is below this AB layer, that is CD and EF. Okay, CD and EF. The velocity of AB layer is U. Whatever the gas molecules in this layer will move with the velocity U. Okay. Now the layer which is above the AB, that is CD, which is moving with velocity u plus lambda du by dy. where lambda is the distance between the two layers, that is mean free path. Okay, here the distance between two layers is lambda, that is mean free path. Above the AB layer, there is one layer. Below the AB layer, there is another layer. Okay, here du by dy is what? Gradient of velocity, because the velocity is increasing from bottom to top. The layer which is in contact with OX is moving with zero velocity. Hence, gradually when we are moving, the velocity will be increased from 0 to some value. Okay, at AB the velocity is u. Above the AB we have u plus lambda du by dy, where du by dy is the gradient of velocity. So in that ratio the velocity is increasing. Okay, in that ratio of du by dy the velocity is increasing, right? So the velocity of EF there is u minus lambda du by dy, where lambda is the mean free path, whose formula is given by lambda is equal to 1 by under root 2 pi n d square. Here small d is the diameter of the molecule, and okay, small n is the number of molecules. Lambda mean free path is okay inversely proportional to square of the diameter and number of molecules. Number of molecules increases, the average distance traveled by the molecule decreases. Number of the diameter of the molecule increases, the average distance traveled by the molecule is decreases. So that is the formula. Lambda is equal to 1 by under root pi n d square. Now what is the case here? What we are going to find? We have to find coefficient of viscosity neta. For that purpose we have to find the viscous force F or tangential force F. du by dy is the gradient of velocity. We have to find F value to find viscous force between the layers here, because see here the above the AB layer CD, below the AB layer we have EF. See the CD layer, the layer which is above AB, which is moving very faster compared to AB. This above layer try to apply some tangential force on the below layer, that is on EF. Okay, CD layer will apply some tangential force on EF layer to move it in a forward direction. Okay, and in converse EF layer will apply some retarding force on CD to bring it backward direction. Okay, so here the layer CD is trying to push the below layer in forward direction. The layer EF is trying to pull the above layer of CD, that is CD. It is bringing the CD layer in backward direction. CD layer is trying to move the EF layer in forward direction, and EF layer is trying to pull the CD layer in backward direction. Okay, so due to this, okay, what happens? Some relative motion will be occurring in the layers. Nothing but what? The different layers will be moved with different velocities. Now actually what happens here? The layer which is moving with higher velocity, they will transfer momentum to the lower velocity layers. Okay, this will be occur. Now according to kinetic theory of gases, what happens? The molecules which are having more momentum, they will transfer the momentum to the other molecules which are moving with less momentum. Okay, so the molecules will cross the AB layer and they will move in the downward direction, because they are having more momentum, and the molecules which are on the EF layer, they will move upward direction and they will collide in the AB layer. They will transfer the momentum in. Okay, they will transfer the momentum. Now according to according to Newton's second law, what is force? Change in momentum. F is nothing but what? Change in momentum, dp by dt. Okay, here we have to find this force here. Whatever the tangential force applying on the acting on the EF layer, that tangential force is our viscosity, viscous force. The phenomena is nothing but what? Viscosity. We have to find this viscous force here. Okay, if you find F, you will get eta. That is our target. Okay, so to find F, we need to find the change in momentum. We need to find the change in momentum. Now to find the momentum which is transferred from CD to EF, because the higher layer, the upper layer having more momentum, the lower layer will have less momentum. Now the upper layer will impart some momentum to EF. That momentum is given by P1. P1 is equal to mass into velocity. Now the momentum transferred from CD to EF through AB is given by, see, mass into velocity. Now, how much mass is transferring from CD to EF? We have to find the mass. To find the mass, how many number of molecules are moving downwards? Here, let us consider small n is the number of molecules here. Total number of molecules in a gas. Small n is total number of molecules in a gas. Now, according to equipartition energy, law of equipartition energy, in three directions, x, y, z directions, the molecules will be equally divided. Now, along each and every axis, if we divide it by 3, okay, each end, because total number of molecules are n, divided by 3, we will get along one axis, the total number of molecules are how many? N by 3. Like that, along 3 axis, n by 3 plus n by 3 plus n by 3, we will get n. 3n by 3 gets cancelled n. So like that, along one axis, the number of molecules are n by 3. Okay, along one axis, nothing but what? Along x axis, either positive x axis, negative x axis, both. Along y axis also, upward direction, downward direction, upward and downward, completely n by 3. Now, the number of molecules moving downwards, how many number of molecules we are moving downwards? Because along y axis, completely along y axis, we have n by 3 molecules. Along y axis, we have n by 3 molecules. In the number of molecules moving downwards is equal to number of molecules moving upwards. Here, number of molecules moving downwards, because which are moving negative y direction. Negative y direction, how many number of molecules? Total number of molecules along y axis n by 3. Only the molecules which are moving negative direction are n by 3 by 2. N by 3 by 2, nothing but what? N by 6. N by 6. So, the number of molecules moving downwards are n by 6. And the number of molecules are moving upward also n by 6. N by 6 plus n by 6 will get 2n by 6, nothing but what? N by 3. So, entirely along y axis, n by 3 molecules. Okay. So, the number of molecules moving downwards, n by 6. Upwards, n by 6. So, the total number of molecules are n by 6. And total number of molecules are n by 6. And mass of each molecule is m. And the molecules are moving with average velocity c bar. So, entirely n by 6 into m into c bar is the mass of the gas which is moving downwards. Okay. So, that is n by 6 m c bar. N by 6 m c bar. Right. So, n by 6 m c bar is the mass of the gas which is moving downwards. Now, we got mass here. Now, we have to find the velocity. The velocity of CD layer is how much? U plus lambda into du by dy. So, substitute that value here. So, 1 by 6. So, n by 6 mc bar can be written as 1 by 6 mn c bar, isn't it? 1 by 6 mn c bar. So, 1 by 6 mn c bar into u plus lambda du by dy. This is the momentum of CD layer. Momentum of CD layer. Now, this momentum will be transferred to EF layer, because the transfer of momentum from higher layer to lower layer. Okay. So, now what is the momentum of EF layer? Same, the same mass will be moves upwards. So, 1 by 6 mn c bar into the velocity of EF layer is u minus lambda du by dy. So, the number of molecules moving upward and downward are same, and the velocities are different. So, velocity is u minus lambda du by dy. Now, change in momentum is given by the transfer of net momentum. The transfer of net momentum is given by P1 minus P2, which is equal to, see, P1 minus P2. If you do P1 minus P2, take common 1 by 6 mn c bar, okay, u plus lambda du by dy minus u minus lambda du by dy. U gets cancelled, you will get 2 lambda du by dy. 2 1s are, 2 3s are. So, 1 by 3 mn c bar lambda du by dy. You will get this value. Okay, this is the change in momentum. Now, this change in momentum is nothing but what? Our viscous force F. So, F is equal to 1 by 3 mn c bar into du by dy. So, this is our formula, right? So, we got F value. Substitute this F value in this expression, neta. So, neta is equal to F by du by dy. So, apply this formula here. Apply this value here. You will get 1 by 3 mn c bar into lambda du by dy by du by dy. Du by dy cancel. We will get 1 by 3 mn c bar lambda. Now what is 1 mn here? Mass into total number of molecules per unit volume will gives density. So density 1 by 3 rho c bar lambda. Okay. Now what is lambda here? Mean free path 1 by under root 2 pi n d square. Substitute that value here. We will get theta is equal to mc bar by 3 root 2 pi n d square. This is our formula. We got at last theta is that much. Theta is equal to mc bar by 3 root 2 pi d square. Now theta is directly proportional to mass, directly proportional to average velocity, and inversely proportional to square of the diameter of the molecule. Okay, and it is independent of pressure and density. Okay, so this is the quotient of viscosity or viscosity of gases. Very very important. Okay, ma. In the next class we will see the next case, that is thermal conduction and diffusion. If you get this perfectly, automatically you will get the next two cases. Okay, prepare well this whatever the concept. If you have any doubts, you can ask me through WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.